Hello everybody, welcome back to the Independence Public Library's Maker Mondays. Once again, I'm Mr. Alex, and today we are going to get into the festive winter holiday spirit, and we are going to be making some really cool snowflakes. Ooh, a snowflake craft. So the cool thing about this is you can have fun making it, decorating it, designing it, and then after you're done, it can be a wonderful little decoration to have around your house for the holiday season and even into the rest of winter. But the way we're going to do it, it's kind of based off of how actual snowflakes are formed. So before we get started on actually putting this together with our craft sticks and glue, I'm going to explain how it is a snowflake forms. So up in, way up in the sky in like the clouds where it's really cold, when snow starts, like a snowflake gets its start, starts as just little water molecules floating around. The water molecules, the way that they're formed, they have a way that they like to get together, and it always ends up like a hexagon. And you might have noticed that when you look at snowflakes, they almost always have like 6 sides and 6 little arms coming off. It's pretty neat. It's because the way that water likes to form together creates hexagons. And before we've even got the arms coming out of our snowflakes, we've got this little guy here, and we call him diamond dust. So we've got diamond dust floating up in the sky, which is a little hexagon made out of icy water in the sky. And from this point, as it floats around, it collects more water molecules that like to stick onto it. And of course, just by the nature of the shape, it's, the pointy ends are much more likely to come into contact with the water first since they stretch out the furthest. So if we've got like a little water molecule floating around, it's going to hit that point, hit that point, hit that point, and eventually after coming into contact a lot of times, it starts to grow a little arm. And then that's where we get, the arms coming off of all the points. Hence the 6-sided and 6-armed snowflake. So that's the way we're going to start. We're going to start with our friend diamond dust, the hexagon. And so to do that, I recommend you get some craft sticks. They can be any color, they could be uncolored, they could be any design. I find the best way to do it is to take one, measure about halfway, and cut it, and what do you know? Now we got 2 halves, and once you've got 6 of those, you can put those together to make a hexagon. Woo! And then we get the last bit at the bottom. And when you put it all together, you can glue the pieces, and then you've got your diamond dust, your hexagon right here. And if you want to make a regular hexagon like I've got, that just means all of the angles and sides are the same. You need to measure out 120 degrees on here to connect the craft sticks together with. You can do this with a protractor. You can do this with a unit circle. You don't have to if you don't want to, but that's just how we get this very even shape all around. And once you've got one of them measured out, you can easily get more of these by just gluing these on top. So we take these 2, and then we glue the blue ones together, and what do you know? Now that we've got two 120 degrees angles right here. And when you've got enough, you can stick them together. It just takes 3 of them, well, 3 of these, to make 6 different angles to have our hexagon. Okay, and once we've got this, you can decide to do it, to change the diamond dust one of 2 ways. You can either leave it empty like I've got right here and create, one where the center is empty. Or you can take more half sticks that you cut out and connect them all into the middle. Starting from one point to the center, that point to the center, all the way. And that's how you get this design. Very cool. And it gives you a good idea of the way that you want these sticks to come up from. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so from there, we can take our diamond dust, whichever version we wanted to use, and we're going to take glue, and we're going to start gluing our big arms onto the sides so that we can get that nice snowflake shape that everyone knows and loves. Really quickly, just glue it. And I did this with a mixture of school glue and hot glue. You can also use tacky glue. Is very, very good for this if you've got it available. I would recommend either sticking to school glue or tacky glue if you don't have any adults who can help you, because hot glue can hurt you, so be very careful. Only do that if you've got an adult who can supervise and make sure you're doing it safe, or do it for you. And it works the same. See, we've got one stuck right here, and then if we glue another one, stick it right on. Oop, you'll get that stuck. And we'll set it down there and let it dry, and we work all the way around it, all the way around it. So you don't have to wait for that, like I said before. Here's what I also have. So we've got the big arms off of our diamond dust that we've made after gluing it together. This one's mostly hot glue and a little bit of school glue. And then off of the sides of it, you can decorate it any way you wanted to. But something I thought was a good idea is I took some more of our 120-degree angles that I'd made before. And by the way that we were able to make more of them before, like use this one as a reference and glue on top of it, I made a whole bunch of them and I stuck them on the sides to make little diamonds. And as you can see, all 120-degree angles to make the diamonds all the way around, which makes this really, really cool looking design, or at least I think it's really, really cool. And we can finish that off by connecting them together and making this very pretty diamond, like I said. Taking our glue once again. There we go, the glue's coming out now. Getting the glue ready on that. And sticking one of the ends right at the bottom of where this stick is, so that they line up. Like that. Line it right up right there. Voila, and now we can set it down and let it dry, but you've got a completed snowflake of this design. And you can make that. Or you can make a much more traditional looking one. Like I said, with the little arms coming off of the bigger arms, like this. And once again, a common reoccurring theme, these ones are also 120-degree angles, just like this. So we measure out a bunch of them, and then we glue them all around the sides. And here's the final one. We're going to glue this little corner, and we're going to attach it right here. There we go. And I got a ruler to make sure they were all about the same distance from each other. I made these all about 2 inches from where the point is, and I'm going to do that here as well. I'm going to take my ruler, measure out about 2 inches, stick it right on there, the glue. Voila, our completed snowflake, just like that. And with that, you've got all of the tools to make the snowflake that you want to make. Starting with, going back to this one, starting with our friend the diamond dust, just like a real snowflake, starting with this nice hexagon shape. And then you can take your arms, glue it all around, and then, like the saying goes, there are no 2 snowflakes that are alike. I think that's very possibly true. Because of that, you should take advantage of that fact and use your own design. Start with the hexagon shape, make the parts come off, and then design it any way you see fit. Put as many arms as you want, make more of the little 20-degree diamonds on it, add other shapes, make different colors. Like this could be blue diamond dust, add like red connecting bits to it, put glitter on it, paint it, write things on it, do whatever you want. It's yours to design. So I hope that you're able to do that and you have a whole lot of fun doing it. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me for this Maker Monday to make these really, really, really cool snowflakes. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you're going to have a wonderful winter season ahead of you. All right. Take care, everyone. Okay, everybody, if you have a compass and a straight edge but no protractor and you still want to make as perfect as you can 120-degree angles, here's a cool way you can do it. Start with a piece of paper and find a midpoint, and then using your compass or other circle making tool, you're going to make a circle around this midpoint on your piece of paper. Now try to make sure that it's as perfect a circle as you can get for the best angle outcomes. Okay, now with that, make sure that you don't change the size of your compass. You're going to want it to be the same size for later on. For right now, we're going to take our straight edge and we are going to draw a line from one edge of the circle to the other. And it is very important. Make sure this goes through the midpoint. This has to go through the midpoint. And we're going to make a little mark on each side where the line touches the edge of the circle. Okay, back to our compass. Without having changed the size from before, we're going to make some more circles, but now we're going to start around the edges, the end points that went through the circle for the line. And we're basically going to make two partial circles inside of our big circle, just like this. And you could end the circle on as it touches the outside of the big circle we made before. You're just going to do that on both sides. Start with your drawing side on the center of the circle, and the other side of the compass on the absolute point where the end point touches the circle, and you get this cool looking design. You've got like two partial circles inside our big circle. Now we're going to take our pencil and pen, and we're going to mark every single point where these either inside circles or midpoint line touches the edge of the circle. And now we're going to take our straight edge again, and we are going to connect each of the dots on the outside of the circle to its two closest neighbors, basically going around the circle and connecting the dots. And I think you're starting to see a shape is coming out of this. We have created a near perfect hexagon, nearly as close as humans can make it. And with this, every single side should be about the same size, and every single angle should be the same too. Comparing it to our diamond dust from before that we used the protractor to measure, it matches up very, very nicely. And just to show you that this is the case, if we grab the protractor and we try to compare one of the angles, lining it up with the center and then the other line right there, we can see that the angle comes out up here and touches, wouldn't you know it, 120 degrees. So there we go. We have our 120 degree angle. And with this 120 degree angle, we can use it as a reference point for when we're making our 120 degree angle popsicle sticks. Just line them up at the angle as close as you can, matching up with the lines and coming into contact and connecting right there at the point. And from this point, you can use this reference, glue the popsicle sticks together using these lines and these angles from our near perfect hexagon, regular hexagon, glue them together and let them dry. And you will have nearly as close to 120 degree angles as you can get. Bringing out our other hexagon, sliding it into place, we can see that it fits in rather snugly, which makes me feel pretty confident that this worked out very well. So there you have it. You've got the tools, even without a protractor, to create yourself a nice, perfectly regular hexagon diamond dust. Good luck, everyone.